Good afternoon to you. Thanks for being here on KREM 2 News First at 4. I'm Regina on. Whitney and Tom are off today. Well, today is Memorial Day, the day we remember those who lost their lives while serving in our armed forces. People commemorate the day in many ways, visiting the graves of late family members or remembering those we've lost with loved ones. As our Ian Smay reports tonight, one local man is joining in a nationwide remembrance through music.
As the nation stops to remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice in service to our country, many will hear a familiar song, Taps, the song traditionally played at military funerals in the United States.
Very few notes, but has a lot of meaning to every one of them.
Larry Jess, the principal trumpet player in the Spokane Symphony, will be bringing the song to his neighborhood.
I think one of the reasons I'm doing it is these electronic bugles that they use in the military just don't cut it for me. I think it should be a live person playing a live trumpet, if you will, honoring these people.
Jess is part of a group called Taps Across America. The group is made up of people across the country playing taps at 3 p.m. local time in their hometown. For Jess, he'll be playing outside of his house in South Spokane. It's part of how he chooses to remember the fallen in a year where so many events have gone virtual.
I've played for funerals in the past out at the cemetery, and the relatives are very, very honest about it. They love having somebody actually play. It's very emotional for those folks,
Jess has been participating in Taps Across America off and on through the years. The organization has risen to national prominence, receiving national news coverage and hundreds of people submitting their own performances. Jess is proud to be part of such a group.
I think it's just a great organization to be involved with. All these fellow trumpet players standing up or sitting down or whatever the case may be, honoring the people that have died for our nation.
Whether people are choosing to celebrate with a barbecue among friends or by visiting the graves of lost loved ones, Jess says it's important to remember the real meaning behind the holiday.
Remembering people that have, it's not a cliche, that's lost their lives so we can be where we're at right now, be free. Ultimate sacrifice.
In Spokane, Ian Smay, KREM 2 News.
This Memorial Day weekend, let's count our blessings and remember to honor those who have given the ultimate sacrifice in serving our great country.
Well, today the city of Spokane's Twitter shared this Memorial Day message from Mayor Nadine Woodward. They tweeted, "We send our thanks to all the veterans who have served and those who have made the ultimate sacrifice." Mayor Woodward took to her own Twitter to say, in part, "Let us give thanks every day for their service to our great country and never forget the ultimate sacrifice of those who served and never came home." Today, local governors took to Twitter to share messages of remembrance and respect on this Memorial Day. Washington Governor Jay Inslee tweeting, "With their sacrifice comes our freedom, the freedom to live and to love with friends and family on this solemn day. Trudy and I are grateful. Thank you." Idaho Governor Brad Little shared an image saying, "Remember the brave," with a message saying, "We can never repay those who have given everything in service to our great nation. Today we honor their selfless devotion and outstanding courage by standing in remembrance." Memorial Day ceremonies are underway all across the country as we remember those who lost their lives defending our country. Today, President Joe Biden marked Memorial Day by laying a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier. Afterwards, he talked about the sacrifice so many have made to defend our country. The president urged Americans not to let the fallen heroes' deaths be in vain.
Democracy itself is in peril. Here at home and around the world, empathy is the fuel of democracy. Our willingness to see each other, not as enemies, as neighbors, even when we disagree, to understand.
President Biden visited a gravesite in Arlington National Cemetery after his speech and spoke with family there. Okay, turning now to a check on weather. Thomas Patrick here. So Thomas, really hot out there. I know a lot of folks might be on the lake or, definitely cranking up the AC today, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of one of those days where you can feel it's starting to get a bit warmer out there. Check out Lake Coeur d'Alene for yourself. Yeah, plenty of people out there enjoying the water. So the water temperature is still a little bit cold, but on a day like today and on a day like what we're going to get, that's just so cute. On a day like we are going to get for tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, I think the beach is going to still be a pretty popular spot even for the days after Memorial Day. We have heat advisories that go into effect as of tomorrow across central Washington, not necessarily for the Spokane or Coeur d'Alene areas because we're not going to quite get to triple digits, but all those areas shaded in orange might very well do it, especially for Wednesday, which will be the hottest day of this upcoming week. As of today, the airport only reporting 81 degrees as of now. Our studios in the South Hill has 85 degrees in our outdoor weather center, which would make it one of the warmest days that we felt so far this year. But the wind is light. There is plenty of sunshine out there, and it's only going to heat up. I mentioned Wednesday. This should be the hottest day of the week, which would blow away what has been some of the hottest days that we felt so far this spring. Looking at 95 degrees in Spokane, 99 in Ritzville, and should be hundreds in Moses Lake, the Tri-Cities, Walla Walla, even out towards Yakima. This is going to be a scorcher of a week ahead of us. So coming up, I'm going to detail just how long this heat wave is going to last and just where we're going to see record highs be broken over the course of this week.
Definitely wear that sunblock and stay hydrated, folks. Thomas, thank you. Well, more than 37 million people expected to travel for Memorial Day weekend. Now, that's a huge spike from last year. According to AAA, only 23 million took a long weekend vacation. That's the lowest on record since AAA began recording traveler data. Now, all of those travelers are returning back home this evening. Joshua Robinson live from the Sherman overpass at I-90. So, Joshua, what do the roads look like right now?
Yeah, Regina, you mentioned that 37 million number. 34 million of those people are supposed to be taking the road, so that's why we're taking a look at what the road conditions are like right now. Pretty sparse right now. I got to tell you, we've been watching the roads over the past half hour or so. It's been pretty sparse both ways. A little bit more direction, westward direction, showing traffic than the eastward direction. So perhaps that could be people coming from Idaho back into Washington, maybe heading from our area back toward the west side of the state. Tough to tell at this point, but if you're looking for a good time to get out and hit the roads, now might be the best time, because as you said, this is going to be the best time of the evening. We know that Thursday was projected as the most traveled day of the long holiday weekend. Of course, this being really the first holiday weekend since we saw that major change from the CDC in the change of mask mandates. And for a lot of people, this really kicking off not just the return of summer travel, but the first travel for a long time of any kind for anybody looking to get out and have some fun for this holiday weekend. Of course, you can join us also again at 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock. We're going to keep our eyes on the roadways. We know it's going to get a little busier in the next couple of hours. So like I said, this is the time to get out and hit the roadways if you're looking for that perfect window. But stay tuned to KREM 2. We'll let you know what it looks like a little bit later on in the day. But for now, I'll send it back to you.
Joshua, thank you. Well, today in sports, Gonzaga baseball received their highest seed in program history for the NCAA Baseball Championship. The 2-seeded Zags will be headed to Eugene, Oregon for the regional, where the Oregon Ducks will be the 1 seed. The other 2 teams in the regional are 3-seed LSU and 4-seed Central Connecticut State. The Zags will play LSU to open the tournament on June 4th at 7 p.m. GU has never made it past a regional round before, so they're highly motivated to do that. They want to show what they're capable of doing in this tournament.
Prove that this team from Spokane can play with anybody in the country, and we're a threat to anybody, and like that, we deserve that regional spot. Maybe it's something that we can kind of prove. I'd say, yeah, just prove that, we're just as good as anyone.
And you can watch the Zags' first game of the tourney on June 4th on ESPN 3. Well, when the weather warms up, people do take to Spokane River to paddleboard, but this year the Parks Department is making some changes that you need to know about. That's coming up next. But before we go to break here today, flowers and flags were placed all throughout the Washington State Veterans Cemetery in Medical Lake to honor those who died while bravely serving our country. If you would like to honor someone today on this Memorial Day, send us a message at 509-448-2000. We'll be sure to share them on KREM 2 News.